Connecticut News Junkie is an independent online news site which gathers and collects news mostly from the state capitol, would be my niche. And so I cover both political campaigns and public policy at the state level, and it is a limited liability corporation, and we do receive some donations and some advertising dollars. But we have been unable to support ourselves thus far solely through advertising. It is an inside audience, but people often come across it. A lot of my referrers are from Google and from Facebook. So people who may be interested in one public policy debate find the website that way through usually a Google search. I bought the website in March of 2006, and so I've been doing it ever since then. Because I wanted to cover state politics, and I wasn't going to be able to, I didn't have seniority at the newspaper that I was at, and I was able to secure the part-time job to make up for the income and pay the mortgage. And so it was kind of, it was a risk, but I had a safety net. I aggregate copy from the New Haven Independent, and they aggregate my copy. I'm the New Haven Independent's Capital Bureau. So, and they pay me a monthly stipend to continue coverage of the state capitol and issues specific to some of the grant money that they get in, such as healthcare. So we do share content, and hopefully we'll be able to, we need to find the money first, but I would love to put CT News Junkie into the New Haven Independent's nonprofit, the Connecticut Online Journalism Project, so to roll it into that. And we had hoped to find enough funding for Hartford Independent, but were turned down during the first round. And we did receive, we were approved for funding from the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, and the matching grant from the Knight Foundation didn't come through, so we didn't receive any of the money. We were really hoping to make CT News Junkie the Capital Bureau for local, hyper-local sites like the New Haven Independent, and for what we hope in the future will be the Hartford Independent.
As a state legislator, being able to look at CT News Junkie and what they cover gives me some insight into some areas that the mainstream news media may not cover on an ordinary basis. The one thing I have found is that the CT News Junkie is consistently accurate in their reporting as well. So they give us some very valuable stories that we may not get from any other source. I find them to be a truly valuable resource.
What have I been doing? Well, I've been mostly kind of covering conferences and press conferences and meetings about, state issues, the lawmakers, certain bills, budget problems, stuff like that, talking to representatives, getting an idea of what these lawmakers or legislators want to do for Connecticut. And so I cover that, write stories, post them on the website, get the feedback from the people. I like it. I mean, this is the thing of the future. Sadly, I guess, unfortunately, I don't know. But, I mean, we all get our news online anyway, so, I mean, now we just, when we type it up, now we just post it on somewhere as opposed to sending it to somewhere where they, print it, get it published in something print, physical publication. So, I mean, I don't think it's odd. I mean, it's kind of convenient in a way because it gets up there fast, obviously, and people get to see what's out there or the news that's going on. Well, last week we did a protest right outside of the Hartford Capitol, and that was exciting. First big rally, basically protesting President Obama's bailout plan. So really, high-strung Republicans kind of pissed off about his plan. So that was exciting. Just a lot of press conferences, bills, a lot of the recycling environment, the whole bottle campaign. It's all interesting for the most part. So.
I am a big fan of CT News Junkie. I've been following CT News Junkie probably for the past 2 or 3 years. I met Christine maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was a reporter with the Hartford Current. I covered the Capitol for the Current. And during that time, Christine and I covered many events here in the State House in Hartford, together, and I was just really impressed with her multimedia capabilities, that she was sort of out there on the frontier of the new journalism. She was very good at filing for the web. She was direct competition to us in the daily newspaper, and I believe we stepped up our internet reporting because of Christine and the competition that was emerging on the internet news websites.
There's a niche in that there have been cutbacks in reporting and coverage in the Capitol. And so I'm filling a niche, and there's way more news being produced these days than anybody can get a handle on. And so with fewer and fewer reporters, there become bigger and bigger news holes. And so I'm beginning to fill part of that news hole.